Namaste, angels. This is my full moon in Virgo reading. I'm using what are these called? Angel therapy cards. And these are not the cards that I had intended to use. I went digging for my life purpose cards because right before I started the reading, I had the thought about how Virgo rules the 6th house, which is all about health and healing and well-being and stuff. And I said, oh, let me, look for cards that are connected to that, to those energies. And I found this one first, and I thought, angel therapy. That is about healing self as well. Sure enough, I shuffled them, ended up with Archangel Raphael, the Archangel of Healing, right on the top as well. So I think these are the ones I'm meant to go with. The healing angel is with you, supporting your healing work. Let's see, before I shuffle them. Behind that is the base chakra. So this might be an area on which you need to work. With the full moon, choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. So this is about, manifestation. So I just feel like with this full moon, since it is about self, we have shield yourself here. Since it is about self and healing and our well-being, the 6th house, that is, which Virgo rules, I think that we're going to be putting an end to releasing, getting rid of those things that either prohibit us from, like growth and doing for ourselves and healing, or those things that people, places, and things, that prohibit, get in the way, or those things that are not conducive to our growth, that stifle us, like habits and stuff. Release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. So my feeling is that that's what this full moon is all about. And overall energy is fairies. You have a strong bond with the fairies, and your life purpose involves helping Mother Nature. That's very earth, right? Then we have solar plexus chakras. The next card, it's in reverse. So spending time in nature, helping Mother Nature. I don't know, I'm thinking about things like climate control, maybe not polluting. How can we help Mother Nature? And also work toward healing ourselves. We got to heal the planet. We got to heal ourselves. I think that's the focus, the theme of this full moon. So the 9 of Wands is the card that we're starting with for this deck. And I thought it was interesting, because the 9th month, or September, is where Virgo falls. And look, I opened right to the Page of Pentacles, which is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And it's usually about news of something having to do with money or the material, and or an earth sign. I'm actually not even sure why I have these cards out. Then we have the Ace of Cups. So after some sort of ending, like letting go of bad habits or whatever's been stifling us, or whomever has been getting in our way of our healing or our growth, there is some sort of new beginning. King of Pentacles now. King of Pentacles is sort of like, he has the Midas touch, everything he touches turns to gold, basically. So this is new jobs, successful business ventures, the 9 of Pentacles now, the 8 of Pentacles sticking up. Again, the 8th and 9th months are the months that represent Virgo. So I think we're getting a lot of, the guy just showing off. Just showing off. What was I even saying? The King of Pentacles. Promotions, good, positive or successful business ventures, loans, credit, new jobs, relationships of which we are worthy, deserving. We see the value in one another. It's like mutual respect, mutual adoration. A person is very generous with us, gives us advice, maybe shares what they have with us. It's a sign of a good provider. Then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse as the overall energy now. And with this deck, again, starting with a 9, like the month of September, and the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo in the tarot, actually. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and to go within, be a beacon to others or for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment as well. I think focus on yourself, though, first and foremost. And by you doing that, that is how you'll be a beacon for others, because they'll see you and they'll want to emulate you. They want to be like you. Oh, look how successful they're being now. I mean, of course, there's going to be haters. There's going to be people that are jealous of you because of your growth. But there are people who are going to respect it and appreciate it and want to learn from you. Those people look up to you. They want to be like you. We also have the 9 of Swords. So it's like you're afraid to learn these new things about yourself and to grow spiritually, maybe. But your worries and fears aren't real. They're fueled by focusing upon the negative, which gives power to that of which you're afraid. So stop worrying, let go of fear, and everything will be okay. And then, we have Major Arcana card 0, also upright, which is the Fool in the tarot. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. So that can be what maybe there is fear or anxiety about too, about starting some sort of new path, or about letting go of the old path in order for the new path to come forward. That can be scary too, letting go of the things that we're used to, and starting something new and unfamiliar. And again, I open right to a Page of Pentacles, who is cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and graceful. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship, is coming your way. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. The next card here is the 3 of Swords. So again, you may have to let go of something in order to get that new thing, in order to get that new money, or material or value. Sadness is part of life, though, and you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal. Again, I believe this whole full moon is going to be about healing. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. So I threw the cards that we looked at, with the exception of the 3 of Swords, in the deck in random places, and now I'm just cutting them a bunch of times to get them even more mixed up. And we'll proceed. Queen of Swords family got a new addition last week. One of my, longtime viewers, like probably from when I started back in March 10th of 2016, my YouTube channel started. Somebody probably from back then, Facebook friend, follower, just had a baby at 29 weeks, 11. Isn't that something? And I'd done a reading for her that I did not publish publicly. And I said, at the time when I did the reading, because, I don't ask anybody any questions about their reading. People want to tell me things, they have every right to share whatever they want to share, but it's like voluntary. Like I don't ask, anything. And a lot of people ask, a lot of readers that do ask questions ask so they can sort of like research you on like social media and stuff, and then tell you what you want to hear. Like they fill in the gaps of your story based on that. We're back to the 9 of Swords as our overall energy, followed by the 5 of Swords in reverse. They ask you these questions so they can try to figure out your story. Or sometimes, the question that they ask you, you end up telling them your story, just flat out. And they're not real readers. Not everybody that, necessarily asks you, your name or whatever. Like, I don't even need the person's name, but not everybody that asks you something is necessarily a fraud, but a lot of these people that do ask questions are. So anyway, long story short, I don't ask questions, and she knows that. I've read for her, a million times before. I didn't know when she was due or anything. And I said, you know, March, April, May, something, you know, really grand happens. You know, like there's like a huge tower moment, but I feel it's positive. It may have something to do with the baby. I don't. And then she said, sure enough, she said she was due in May. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe that's what it was. But I was feeling something from, you know, as early as March. And then sure enough, she had the baby early in March. Isn't that crazy? All right, anyway, let's get into our crossbread. We're going to use, not these, and I don't even know why I shuffled these. I don't know what I'm going to do with those, but maybe we'll use them for something. You know, maybe I'll use them for the masculine spread, the spread from the masculine perspective. But for now, we're going to do the crossbread. So, recent past, which, of course, you know, it's pretty literal, recent past, but this can be the recent past, like before today, which is the 17th, by the way. I decided I could have done this reading and a client reading that I had to do also. I had, you know, plenty of time to do it days prior, and I was just like guided to wait until today, I guess, to use like the extra luck. And the stars were really aligned nicely today too. Like my astrology in the morning was really super positive about, you know, planets and alignment and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this is why I was made to wait till today to do these readings. So anyway, it can be before today, the 17th, or, you know, it can be during this 2-week period, like toward the beginning of the period, would still be recent past, and toward the end, you know, yeah, whatever. Anything that comes before the end of the 2-week period can be the past, is what I'm trying to say. All right, 1, 2, 3 cards here for the recent past. 1, 2, 3 cards here for the near future. The message from the higher self. Interesting that so far they all seem to be from the Angel Tarot, so they won't repeat if they're all from the same deck. It's interesting though. 3D life here. Also all from the Angel Tarot. The heart of the matter. And the crossing card. And the love specific placement. And the crossing card here. And again, our overall energy is the 9 of Swords. So we're starting from a place of sleepless nights, fear, anxiety. And these are not necessarily all tied together. Like you can have a sleepless night and not be full of fear. You know, maybe you're dealing with something, some sort of medical issue, something else that's keeping you up all the time. Or maybe you're in fear, or possibly both, you know, and so that's what's keeping you up. You can't sleep. You have nightmares. Anxiety also. So nervousness. I'm even getting possible depression, although, you know, swords are usually more up. We're more, you know, speedy, jittery. So that's the anxiety as opposed to a downer in depression. But I'm getting that too. It might have had something to do with daylight savings time, which we just left, or with the season, maybe in general. Maybe you're somewhere where it's still. Like in New York, it's been, you know, it's trying to get warmer. Past couple of days, I think it was like 50, 60 degrees. But maybe you live somewhere where it's still particularly cold or dark, dreary, rainy. Spring starts soon. On the 21st is the spring equinox. All right. Anyway, that's enough about about the 9 of Swords. Recent past. Major Arcana card 11, Strength, which most directly represents the sign of Leo. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. And it is paired here with the King of Wands, which is also we got this Leo the Lion here. Now, maybe they're talking about recent past, as in Leo comes right before Virgo. And so maybe there's a nod to something that happened with the Leo moon, at least for some of us. Or we could have recently experienced something possibly involving a Leo, or a test of our strength. Maybe we were put into some sort of leadership role, which is a test of our strength. Inspiring, dramatic, ambitious, and wise is the King of Wands. Now's your moment to step up into a leadership role. Don't back away from the spotlight, as your plans will be successful as long as you stay focused upon the big picture. And strength says that true strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. And the two of these are paired with the Four of Swords, which can be about a decision that we're having to make. So maybe it's the strength to forgive, or to show somebody compassion or kindness, that may be, or to seek someone's forgiveness or compassion. The Four of Swords coming after the Three of Swords, maybe after some pain. Now we're trying to heal, like the Virgo energy, heal, get better. And so we're maybe seeking forgiveness, or trying to forgive ourselves, or tell ourselves that we did nothing wrong, support ourselves, because sometimes you feel guilt, and that's also a negative emotion. And also, for me, the Four of Swords can be about like making plans to travel. Sometimes the King of Wands is about travel, or wands are about movement in general for me. Travel, career. These are all some possibilities that as to what these cards could mean for you. They will resonate with different people in different ways. Let's put the Strength card on the top. I like the 11. Near future. The 10 of Cups. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met, and you have trustworthy relationships. The King of Pentacles. He is generous, professional, responsible, and practical. A successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you're offered. You have the Midas touch, and maybe again another test of your strength, of your confidence in yourself, of your ability to lead, maybe to lead a family. Plans and revision. More going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. Seven of Swords can be about, I say it represents for me the energy of joy stealing. We can steal our own joy by lacking confidence and the willingness to take chances. And so we miss out on opportunities when we do that. So that's one way. But this card can also be about actual theft or loss. Paired with the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups, I'd say that in this case it would be about recovering something that was taken from us or lost, where it does relate to those things. Maybe a family heirloom, something of value, or inheriting something that was of value, even if it's just only sentimental value to your friends. Like here, this can be about even losing things that don't have necessarily a monetary value, like your peace of mind, your happiness, your joy. Again, the energy of joy stealing. Paired with these two, I'd say it's recovery. So it's a continuation of that healing, moving up from the Three of Swords. Let's put the King of Pentacles on top. I like him up there. From the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords, and we've got the Seven of Swords. Trying to get back to the healing. The message from the higher self. The Knight of Pentacles now. He is loyal, dedicated, honorable, and kind. It's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. You have a guardian angel. And it is paired with both the Five of Cups and the Two of Cups. And you see the Five of Cups has a Two of Cups in it. There's a possibility of missing out on an opportunity to maybe, again, forgive someone, accept an apology, to give an apology, to seek an apology, to show someone kindness, generosity, compassion, love, partnership. And it's basically about the balls to go for it and not steal the opportunity from yourself. Right? It's time to get things done. It's time to, do what you promised, whether that was a verbal promise to somebody else, a conscious promise to somebody else, or this is talking about your soul's promise, your soul's commitment of what it pledged to do before coming down here. And that involves maybe even soulmate relationships, and whether those are love, or sometimes it's a familial, soulmate, or a close friend. And there's something that we need to get done. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped, not seeing the positive in the situation, and crying over spilled milk. So it can also be about not getting everything you want out of a partnership. But I'm more so feeling an opportunity, possibly to have it all, right? And then go from the Knight to the King. But we have to be willing to, not cry over spilled milk, to, be willing to let whatever this is go and prioritize the Two of Cups. So it can be about, something from the past that went on in a relationship and you've been holding it, harboring it. Maybe it's a grudge. But if you're willing to let it go and only prioritize this and focus on this, then there's an opportunity for this partnership to move forward. Now, this is likely a romantic partnership, but it doesn't have to be. A relationship that continues to grow closer. Forgiveness and the positive resolution of a conflict. So we have the forgiveness here with also another 2, right? 11s are 2s. And we have the forgiveness here, crossing. So this situation might involve specifically an earth sign and a fire sign. And maybe even more specifically, a Virgo and a Leo. But of course, it does not have to. 3D life. The Six of Cups. So this person or this situation, or both, maybe dealing with a person and a situation, or a situation involving a person, could be something from your past, or again, a soulmate, or maybe in family members. I talked about familial ties too, something involving maybe your siblings or something. Memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, and romanticizing the past. And that is paired with Major Arcana card 2. So we got another 2. 2, 2, 2. This might be the only place where there's no 2 so far. Yeah. High Priestess is a Gemini or perhaps a water sign. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. This can specifically be a soulmate and maybe a romantic one where the person, and the female especially, is older than the male, or than the feminine is older than the masculine. If it's not male, female, it doesn't have to be gender specific. So it's, unattainable, but his higher self may be telling him to go for it again, to not to let that worry him. Go for it. Of course, there is possibility of still missing out on the opportunity, stealing the joy from yourself and disappointing yourself. 5 of Cups, 7 of Swords. But if you can muster up the strength, you can face it. Now, for those for whom it has nothing to do with a romantic situation, it still can be something about, revisiting something from your past and sort of mapping it out in advance. And this is interesting because earth signs do this too, not just the High Priestess. The High Priestess is known for that, for thinking about everything that's involved. So let me, I'm going to apply all my tools to it, my street smarts, my wisdom, maybe my looks, maybe I got to flirt with somebody to get this done, whatever it is. She's going to apply everything that she has in her toolbox toward planning her next move. But earth signs are notorious for making a plan too, not just jumping out the window. They have to know, I'm going to do this first, then I'm going to do that first. So there could be something, where you're planning out how you're going to accomplish something or finish something, complete something from your past that comes up. Maybe close a chapter. And then the last card is also about letting go. It is Major Arcana card 13, release or death. The end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. So you may be finishing, again, this thing pops up from your past. You want to close the chapter, as I was already saying. So it's about ending it so that you can move into the new phase. This is like the full moon energy of the end, the closure, so that that newness, the Ace of Cups that we saw can follow. That's what's going on in 3D life. At the heart of the matter, we have the sun. So positive outcome for those who do have the confidence in themselves and don't, steal their own joy or allow their joy to be stolen by somebody else. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas, and that lead to success. Have confidence in yourself. So Major Arcana card 19. It's mirroring the King of Wands. King of Wands is first and foremost in the tarot, traditional tarot, a Sagittarius, as is the Sun card. However, Earth's star, the Sun, rules the sign of Leo. And, it could also be, again, a Leo. And we do have the two lions there. The lion on each card. The lion on the King of Wands and the lion on the Strength card. So definitely, again, a Leo. Or now maybe a Sagittarius also involved in your scenarios. This is, again, positive outcome. Somebody could be getting married or making some other commitment. Maybe it's a business commitment, but some other contract or commitment is coming our way. Maybe that's about what we need to decide. Maybe that's the money maker. That's what the King of Pentacles is about. The Knight of Pentacles is about. The Knight of Swords is about very quick energy and need to make a decision, or we're awaiting a decision so that we can know what our next move is, similar to the High Priestess who wants to think about it. I want to know what my next move is. This is something coming in very, very quickly. And again, it's something positive with the Hierophant and the Sun. Somebody could be getting engaged unexpectedly, married. Again, a baby could be coming unexpectedly, perhaps specifically a boy, a male child, which is what happened with my client. She did have a boy. The Knight of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, possibly, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. They are intelligent, decisive, idealistic, and tireless. Events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, like the High Priestess, so you can come up with creative solutions. Crossing this is the Five of Pentacles. So again, there's an opportunity where you could miss out. If you are feeling down in the dumps, if you are thinking negatively, if you are feeling left out in the cold, if you're being petty, if you're, feeding somebody crumbs or feeling as if they're feeding you crumbs, so you're not going to, take their crap or whatever. You're not necessarily seeing the bigger picture, and you could cause yourself to miss out. Fears surrounding money. The wisdom to accept help from others is a more positive meaning of this card, and also it can be about uncertain self-employment. That's the crossing card. Specific love placement. We have the Five of Swords. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motive. Somebody may be realizing, I married the wrong man. I married the wrong woman. Or I'm dating the wrong man. I'm dating the wrong woman. I got to go for another one. Or I shouldn't have said that. I said the wrong thing. I shouldn't have listened to the gossip. Something like that could definitely be coming up with the Five of Swords, any of those things. But there's an opportunity to fix it with the Six of Pentacles, gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities and receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Six of Pentacles is one of those cards about, equity and reciprocity and like equal exchange and the ability to both give and receive, love, to be generous and with each other. And this is something maybe that you've prayed for. So even though you were messing it up, or you did mess it up, you felt like you were messing it up, there's an opportunity, like I said, to fix it. And you've been praying for this opportunity, and then it comes along. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away. You have a love of life. And we do have these cards crossing this, again, Knight of Air, Hierophant, so it could be connected, that you thought your chances were over, but something comes in. And crossing it, we have the Ten of Swords. So we completely climbed up the ladder of the swords, right? We started with the 3, our overall energy is the 9, now we have the 10, again, that swords energy coming to an end. It's the end of a difficult situation, right? Here's the difficult situation. Here's the opportunity to fix it. Here's your prayers being answered and being fixed. Embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Somebody could even be recovering from an addiction, which may have been what was holding them back. And we did not do the placement for the moon transit going into the new energy. So let's see what that is. We have the 9 of Earth. Enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, and successful self-employment. So after the full moon, that's what we can look forward to. That, 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Also, the Page of Wands, who is outgoing, creative, confident, and mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. Page of Wands, again, possibly an Aries, Leo, a Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, just like the King of Wands here. And boom, the Ace of Pentacles, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts, like the Hierophant. How you like that? I think we have such a beautiful spread here, but I'm going to go quickly into our next one, which is going to be the one from the masculine perspective, about the connections. And these are not connections that you have to have made, I was going to say in person, but at all, really. Some people haven't even met yet, and that is fine. It is for singles, it is for couples, it is for people in separation, it is for people who are together. It's for everybody, the collective, from the masculine perspective. And I do it from the masculine perspective as opposed to the feminine, because my viewership is majority, and my subscription, the people who subscribe to my channel, it's majority feminine, like 80% feminine. And so the information that we need is the masculine's perspective. But I really liked how all the pentacles showed up for the Virgo reading there. And sort of like a map. I don't know. I hope you guys saw it the same way. I saw it like, if I do this, the next step is this, and the next step is this, from the Knight to the King to the Ace, and how we can get stuff done by the end of this transit. Which for me, the way that I do my readings, it's like 2 weeks. And it, takes us into the next new moon. That should be like 2 weeks from now. All right. Oh, you know what I didn't use? The healing cards. Before I do the spread from the masculine perspective, why don't we look at the healing cards and see what they would have added. So for the recent past, we have Law of Attraction. Relationships and activities that you once enjoyed are now changing as you become more sensitive and aware of energies. So again, I feel like this is about focusing on us and like completing a phase of healing, or maybe starting a new phase, a new awakening for some of us. Near future. Crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers, which is what the 9 of Cups just told us too. I like how there's a full moon in this one also. Crown chakra, that's air energy. Still could be associated with Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is air. Message from the higher self. Sacral chakra. You are highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. So anything toxic, the higher self is telling us to get away from that in order to heal the sacral chakra. 3D life. Indigo. The person that you're inquiring about, if you got somebody on your mind, is an indigo, meaning a highly sensitive, natural-born leader. And they may be going through a spiritual awakening or on a spiritual path as well. Heart of the matter. Emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity as it is a gift to us all. Love. This is funny for love, but maybe you got to let go of something from your past in order to move on to your future. Cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns so that you can start new relationships, right? Future relationships. And the moon energy is shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Nice. Just want to make sure everybody gets to see that. And then I will now do the spread from the masculine perspective. Two of Pentacles in reverse in love and relationships can mean that like your focus is being taken away from your relationship or your partner, or if you're single, maybe from your romantic or love life period. You're diving more into things like work and stuff. But if you want a partner, you want a mate, if you're single, you got to make sure that you're leaving room or creating a space in your life for somebody to fit in. Otherwise, it'll be very difficult to meet people. They see you don't have time for them. You don't have time for dating. And of course, if you're not in the places where you need to be for dating because you don't have time, you're not going to meet anybody, or it's less likely. And if you're in a relationship, your partner, you want to make sure that your partner knows, how you feel about them, how much you care about them. You can keep reassuring them, whatever their love language is, use it because while you're focused on this other thing. And if you have to be focused on another thing, like sometimes we have a project for work or school or whatever, or something with our kids, we have to do that. And so at least if that's the case, let your partner know that you have this thing going on, and when that's done, you're going to get like right back to the relationship. And if that's not the case, if you don't have something that you have to be particularly focused on, then carve some time out for your relationship and or partner. All right, Divine Feminine. Ooh. Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is more in the mind than it is a reality. This is feeling stuck, trapped, out of options, out of choices. And she's also blindfolded. I think we feel like we don't know what's going on, like and like we can't see what's happening. Maybe we're trying to do that in like a literal way. We've been trying to snoop and we're not seeing something. Maybe we can't get on his social media. We can't find his page because I'm seeing the swords, and swords are associated with like communication. I know there's a lot of planets right now that are either in Aquarius or Pisces. And I don't know, I just thought about the Aquarius, and with the blindfold, I just felt like somebody trying to see something that's not being shown to them. Or maybe you're blocked from certain things. Maybe you are tied to the social media, but you can't see everything. You're blocked from something. For some of us, this is our own like awareness, consciousness, psychic abilities. We're trying to see, and then maybe that's the planets that are in Pisces. It's causing us confusion, possibly. Mercury is currently located in Pisces for one. So that might be, why there's a confusion here, and why we're feeling like, I feel like I can't see, or what I'm seeing, I'm not sure about. I'm unclear about the message that's being sent to me. And so maybe that's making you feel sort of lost, trapped, trapped, bound, stuck, out of options or without options. But that's not the case. So, maybe, it's going to be about reversing, these feelings, like thinking more positive, maybe meditating, maybe quieting things, maybe listening to, some binaural tones and frequencies and vibrations to increase your own. Maybe that'll help you with clarity. It could be communication might be what you need to do. Again, looking at the swords. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. And it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So it's like wanting to show up with something, to create something, to build something, to provide something, to offer something. But there is some sort of delay, some sort of hang up here with this happening. I like how when it's reversed, though, how it looks like this hand of God is like pushing the pentacle down to us, like here. like the divine really trying to give us something, maybe so that we can share it with somebody else. The masculine, as it relates to himself, had been feeling left out in the cold, stuck, just ready to get off his ass and do something about it, ready to shift his energy into a more positive, vibration and space, and change. And, where things had been not looking so good for him, maybe now looking up. And for some, it can be related to finances or the material. It could be feeling like that there was lack, and maybe that he didn't have anything to provide. And maybe there's still some feeling of that, but he knows something is going to come in now, or something has changed recently that will allow for him to provide, but not yet. There's still some sort of delay. As soon as this next, I'm waiting for my, ship to come in. As soon as it comes in, then I can help you to be freed from this, space you're in. Also, though, specific to love, the Ace of Pentacles can have something to do with jealousy sometimes. And I just thought about what I said earlier about I married the wrong man, married the wrong woman, or I'm dating the wrong man, dating the wrong woman, whatever it is. And like maybe comparing your partner to someone else, or comparing each other, like you're not on my level. You know what I mean? For somebody who feels they're in the wrong relationship, that may be what the stuckness is about. And there could be, just again, a realization of being with the wrong person. And maybe that's why the masculine's Five of Pentacles is upside down now, into reverse, because when it was like this is, with the wrong person and not knowing why my life is going shitty. And then here it's in reverse. It's like having realized that that's the case. Now, again, that's not going to be for everybody. That's just one of the scenarios I'm seeing. Another one is as I said before, this is representative instead of a delay or something, perhaps. But for those for whom it's not necessarily a delay and it's about jealousy or whatever, or those things, I have to tie it to what I was seeing before, and just being in the wrong relationship, and then realizing here that it's time to get out, and to time to get off my ass and go pursue what it is I actually want, which I think is the message that the higher self was giving us in the last spread as well. With that Two of Cups and that Five of Cups. So the masculine, as it relates to the union or connection as a whole, we got the Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Cups may represent an actual person in your life, maybe specifically a water sign, directly a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone like into those traits or attributes. I didn't mention the singles here. For singles, somebody could be on their way to you. Okay. And maybe that's why there's like a change of feeling too. Maybe you're finally ready to get out and look for somebody. Maybe you had been focusing again on your pentacles, on your work, or diving into something else, and you're ready to actually give some attention to your love life, whether it's to balance your life out or, just to fill that space, that void in your life romantically. Page of Cups in reverse, specific to love, can be about being focused on like one particular person or type, and maybe it being unattainable or unavailable, or there's a feeling of that. So this may be tied to the High Priestess again, and maybe there's a feeling of, from the masculine, again, overall about the union or connection, that the feminine is somewhat unattainable, out of reach to him, maybe not on his level, maybe higher than him. Again, and I'm basing that on the High Priestess that we saw earlier. Maybe she is physically older or more mature or more successful, or combinations of those. And so feeling somewhat out of reach. And it's going to be about deciding not, again, to risk stealing your own joy and having the confidence to go for it anyway. For somebody who's been focused on a particular person or type for a long time with no results. The other day was Einstein's birthday. And I'm pretty sure it was him. 3/14 was his birthday. Pretty sure that it was him who said you know, the idea, the practice of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is a definition of insanity. So it's like realizing maybe I need to, you know, hang out somewhere else if I want to meet somebody. If I've been trying the same thing, or being focused on the same type, focused on the same person, and it's going nowhere. So for people that are dealing with that, you may want to give yourself like some sort of deadline, or I'm willing to put, you know, X amount more energy into this, and then after that, I'm going to do something different. Overall, Queen of Pentacles. This card has been showing up, and I think it's really appropriate for it to show up this time because, again, this is our Virgo full moon reading. Queen of Pentacles is, in fact, a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. But I talked about this card last week, I think. I said, you know, like it feels like home. She is about creating a home, creating a space that feels comfortable, an environment that feels loving, and you know, you can kick back in it. And I think that whether it's an actual earth sign or not, that this is the type of woman, person, feminine, that the masculine wants, you know, this, or what she represents. So it doesn't have to be an earth sign. Of course, we're not all earth signs. So it's not always going to be an earth sign, but the sense of home, whatever home means to him, wherever he feels comfortable. And maybe that's where the Six of Cups comes in terms of revisiting something from your past, or a person from your past. You know, it's like when that memory, when I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I miss that, you know, I wish I was home. I wish I was back there. I wish I was with that person, or in that type of space that made me feel, you know, loved and lovable, and wanting to, you know, give my love to somewhere else. Queen of Pentacles is somebody also literally who prepares a space. So for some of us, whether we're masculine or feminine, maybe mostly directed toward the feminine, with it being the queen as opposed to the king, it can literally be about you preparing a space and like nesting, as they say. You know, maybe you're doing like spring cleaning, and that's going to clean out energies in your home. Maybe feng shui, that's going to clean out energies in your home. And maybe you're actually like cleaning up a room, or preparing a room, or remodeling, or buying a new home. Now would be the time, and that goes to that growth, that self growth and healing that I started talking about in the beginning, that I said I felt like this moon was going to be about. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection if it were up to him? King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse is somebody who is like willing to risk it all for whatever. So in the case of love, like, I'm willing to risk it all. And this card one always reminds me of like that Jodeci song. I don't know what song it was, but there's that line, take my money, my house, and my car. It's like, I don't care. Like, whatever I have to do, I'm willing to do it, you know, in order to be in this. This is somebody who wants to risk it all. So again, getting back to that possible scenario for some, where they're realizing that they're in the wrong relationship. You know, maybe a veil, a blindfold is falling off, a mask is coming off or something, and they're realizing they're in the wrong situation or relationship. And I guess that could even be for singles. You just realize you're in the wrong kind of scenario, maybe even dating. And my soul is telling me I need to be focused this way, and I've been like this or whatever. This is willing to take a chance, whatever you have to do, you know, to change your circumstances. That's what the King of Cups is willing to do. King of Cups in reverse is willing to do. And he may be a direct water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone like into those traits or attributes. So even if it means, you know, blowing up my current relationship, or, you know, whatever, I'm willing to do that, for example. What energy the masculine himself is willing to actually give to the situation. And it is the Ten of Wands. Upright. That's not as sexy. And it's not as sexy, you know, it's it can be tied to the scenario again. The Ten of Wands, specific to love, is about a tough time, a tough period in a relationship. It's not necessarily over, but something needs to change, something needs to happen. It needs your relationship needs your attention, and maybe your partner needs your support. So for those who are just going through a tough time with their actual partner and want to stay with them, that can be what this is about. Or somebody, again, could be realizing that they were in a toxic relationship, a tough relationship, a relationship they don't belong in, and it needs attention in terms of they need to get out. So what he's willing to do is, to get out of it, or maybe to tend to it, to attempt to make things better, depending upon, your individual scenario. What the universe would have each archetype, both masculine and both feminine and masculine, give to the union or connection, and actually wants to help us with. So it would be a three-party deal. The universe, the masculine, and the feminine all working together to accomplish whatever this is. And it is the Six of Pentacles, upright. So again, this is about reciprocity, equality, equity, exchange of even exchange, positive energies, the universe stepping in at the right time to assist you, maybe with a serendipitous meeting, or with some other means or opportunity for something positive to happen for you. It's about the ability to both give and receive, for love to pass both ways and be at its healthiest. These are the things the universe wants to help us with. Six of Pentacles is actually one of my favorite cards. It is representative of the energies of Venus, who is the planet and goddess of love and ruler of the signs of Taurus, Libra, and Gemini. And for an outcome card, we have Judgment. So Judgment can be a few things. It's about second chances, second time around. So again, for some of us, this is about maybe revamping something from our past, getting back together with an ex, realizing that was my soulmate. I got to get out of this karmic relationship. So that's something, that's a possibility. This is also one of my favorite cards because for me, it's about abundance that's earned. Represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio most directly. But for love specifically, it can also be talking about a make or break time. And I think we've seen that in both spreads, even the one that was more general, like there's an opportunity to make a move or to miss out. To pursue or not to pursue, like that is the question. And especially these two sitting here next to each other. Again, this is about your relationship in need of some sort of attention. If you want to keep it or if you want to get rid of it, you got to tend to it that way. And Judgment kind of says the same thing too. It's like a make or break time for this relationship. What are you going to do? Another meaning, if you're single, is that like in the near future, somebody's coming in, but it's going to be important for you to not jump to conclusions maybe about the person or about maybe the parameters of the relationship, what to expect or not expect, and stuff like that. And for that, I'm tying back to that Five of Swords that was in the love placement that we looked at before. That could be about, remember I said about listening to other people, believing some sort of gossip or something you shouldn't have believed, or saying something you shouldn't have said. That could be tied to jumping to conclusions about this new person. So we want to be careful about that. And a card for the energies going into the next major moon transit, which will be the new moon that comes up. It is the Lovers in reverse. So there is, again, room for relationships to happen. The Lovers being in reverse sort of solidifies what we've been seeing already, and that some relationships, again, need attending to, and may come to an end. We may decide that they were, karmic, and not the one for us, and we need to get out of them. But really, the Lovers, in a traditional sense, first of all, foremost, it represents the sign of Gemini. But specific to love, it means that love is, coming to you. and will be in your life. It's just not as strong and impactful as if the Lovers was upright. It's like the energy is lessened when it's in reverse, but it's not a dud, just like slightly weakens the overall very positive energies of, the Lovers upright. And for love that's coming to you, this love will be also like in the coming days with the Lovers in reverse. It's usually not something that's distant. It's in the near future. This is coming about. So I guess the coming days could be at the end of the 2 weeks, since this is the card about going into, leaving this moon and going into the energy of the next moon. I'm looking at this now. It looks like a sun, but I could also get moon from it, especially the way it was looking at me in reverse. Like the clouds behind it, and there it is shining with the pentacle. Like, very much Virgo full moon specifically. Yeah, so this is about that love that's coming in the new days in the near future. And that near future can be at the end of the 2 weeks maybe. It also can be sometimes for some of us, this is supposed to be in reverse. That's why it just reminded me about a delay, in something that's coming your way. So for some of us, maybe for whom this Ace of Pentacles also represented delay, maybe the Lovers represents delay too, in terms of how soon, you'll be feeling those energies, or just much better about, love and or life in general. Maybe particularly if you're single and you're not necessarily focused on love, this is still a positive omen for you about loving energies that are coming towards you, and just feeling better about yourself and about life and maybe about love, as on a whole. And that's what I have for you this transit. I hope you have enjoyed our Virgo full moon reading. I'll be back soon with something soon. I have to upload the 2 readings, and maybe I will publish this client reading I did recently, because some people seem to think that I don't do them anymore, and because I don't post them pretty much at all anymore. So I should get back to that. I'll think about it. I might share it with you guys. In any case, please do, for this reading, like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. And I'll be back soon. Namaste.